All right, so we're here to present problem-solving therapy. There are 7 steps, and the first step is introducing the therapy to the client or the patient. There are different styles and orientations. The problem orientation looks at how motivated the individual is in social problem solving. There's positive and negative types. The aim or the goal of the therapy is to get the client or the patient to a positive orientation. There's also problem-solving style that looks at how an individual understands problems and how they find solutions for or how to cope with their problems. There's rational, impulsive, careless, and avoidance styles. The aim for the problem-solving style is to get them to a rational problem-solving style.
So step 2 is identifying the problem. We're going to ask the patient to list their current problems and to see where they want to start today. And with that, we encourage the patient to discuss that problem and clarify with them the general goal is, and if we need further clarification, we'll ask them for that.
The third step is to identify the goal. Ask the patient what they want to achieve and encourage SMART goals. Have them be specific, relevant, measurable, timely, and achievable.
Step 4 is to generate solutions. At this point, the patient will identify as many solutions as possible, and we are taking on a listening role and not judging them for what they have.
Step 5 is choosing a solution. We'll have the client complete a cost-benefit analysis for each solution, and from there the individual chooses a solution that they can solve the problem.
And the next step is all of our students' favorite, is homework. So we encourage the patient to describe the plan and how they're going to implement their solutions. This is to ensure that both the patient and we are clear on what the plan is and the details of it.
And the final step is to review implementation at next session. Here we ask the patient how they got in, explore the patient's symptoms, discuss further action, including changes to the solution, and if appropriate, discuss other problems to be addressed.
Okay, so now we're going to start in step 2 in this session with Jose. Hi Jose, how are you?
Doing okay.
Doing okay?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to follow up with you. I know we had talked about just going over your issues and going over your diagnosis this past time that we talked. I just wanted to touch and follow up a little bit more on, what your understanding of your diagnosis is.
Well, I know the last time we talked, they told me that my cancer spread.
Mm-hmm.
I think the word they used was metastasized or something like that, but as far as I know, it just means that it spread. They didn't tell me anything else, but they just told me 2 days ago that what they call is end stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that means I'm dying. And so it's apparently spread to my brain from my testicles, and I'm dying.
And from you hearing that, how did you feel?
I'm not too scared about it at this point. I mean, there's nothing that I can do about it, so I might as well try to enjoy all the time that I have left.
Which is a very good outlook to have, It seems that you've kind of come to terms with it, and you want to enjoy the time that you have left. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I mean, why dwell on it at this point?
Yeah. Have you thought about how you want to spend your time or what you would like to do?
I have. It's complicated, but I have. I really want to spend the time that I have left with my girlfriend. She's the one that has been there for me this whole time. But I know that that's going to be a problem with my family. I haven't had a great relationship with my family my entire life. And now that I'm sick, they're coming around more often. But I would rather not spend the time with them. I'd rather spend the time with my girlfriend. I'm kind of close to my brother. But and luckily he kind of supports me in this, and he sees it my way.
So it kind of sounds like you want to have the time that you have left. You want to spend that with your girlfriend, but you're not too sure on how your family's going to react. More like not involving your brother, because you say you're pretty close to your brother, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And so, what if between us two we can come up with a solution? Maybe, well, you'll have to do most of the talking. I would just be here to guide you and go through each solution, then decide, what kind of like go through and what are the pros and cons of each one. How does that sound for you?
That doesn't sound too bad.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I have this right here, okay?
Okay.
Pen and paper. We're gonna start out by writing down what the problem is, okay? Would you like to do that?
Okay. So, I don't know how to use your. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm writing down what the problem
Yes.
is. All right.
According to you, I want you to.
So the problem is, should I write problem here
Mhm.
on the top so that way? Okay. So my problem is that I want to. How can I write this? I want to spend the rest of my days with my girlfriend. I'm not gonna write it all out because it's a
Okay.
lot to write. Might be a problem.
Okay, so now go ahead and
For my family.
tell me what you wrote.
Okay. I wrote, I want to spend the rest of my days. Gosh, it's so hard to say. I want to spend the rest of my days with my girlfriend, but I don't know if it's going to be a big problem for my family.
Okay. Okay, so we've identified your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's kind of discuss what you think the different solutions can be to this. How do you think this can be resolved?
Well, I mean, am I coming up with multiple solutions?
Yeah, as many as you feel like you can come up with.
Okay. Well, one obvious solution I can think of is I can talk to my family
Mm-hmm.
and tell them what I want.
Okay,
Should I write that down?
Yeah.
Okay.
that's one.
So I'll write solutions. So talk to family. Okay.
Okay, so that's number one. Do you have any other solutions that you can think of?
I could try to spend time with all of them. And just maybe spend a little bit more time with my girlfriend.
Okay, so that would be your number two.
Okay.
And do you have any more?
I can't really seem to think of any more. Is there any way you can help me think of one, maybe?
I wish I could, but unfortunately, the solutions need to come from you because you're the one that's ultimately going to put all of this into play.
Well, that makes sense. Okay. Well, let me see. I'll try to come up with another one. I can just not tell them anything. I
Okay.
mean, it's not like they've been around anyways.
Mhm.
So if I just don't tell them, then it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so then that would be your third one.
Okay.
Do you feel like those three are good solutions for you, or would you like to add some more?
I think these three are fine.
All right, so now we can go through each one and make a list of the pros and the cons. and then we can see which one will work best once we once we go through and look at the positives and the negatives of each.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with option 3. What are the pros about not telling them?
Well, I wouldn't have to listen to what they have to say. I could just do what I want and spend the time with the people that I want to actually spend the time with.
Okay. Any cons?
Well, I guess it would make them very upset. I think they might get upset if I didn't tell them. I'm sure they would want to know what was going on in my life
Yeah.
at this point.
Okay, let's move on to number 2. What about spending some time with your family, but more time with your girlfriend?
Well, a good thing would be that it would be great to spend a lot more time with my girlfriend. I mean, that would obviously... I would spend time with my family, but that would be more for them and not me, I guess. So that way we don't fight, and so that would be nice. But then they wouldn't know my feelings towards the situation or about the feuding that has been going on between all of us. So it kind of keep the peace, I guess, in a way.
Yeah. And how about number 1?
Well, the good thing about number 1 is that they would all know what I want. And, I mean, I'm dying, right? They'd have to respect what I want at this point. They're not the ones dying.
Right. Do you see any cons? Any negatives?
I mean, that's tough. I mean, what's negative about that? I'm getting what I want.
Okay. So, do you feel like we've addressed all the positives and negatives of each of the 3 solutions that you came up with?
I mean, from what I can think of, I think that's going to be the best pros and cons.
Yeah. Okay, so if you think of any more, just let me know. You know, we can still go back and add it.
Okay.
Now I want you to take a look at your 3 solutions,
Okay.
the pros and the cons of each,
Okay.
and maybe choose one that you feel is going to work best for your situation right now.
Well, I mean, I couldn't come up with a con for number 3. So maybe just talking to them.
Okay, so talking to them is going to be the solution that you choose?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think that would be great.
Okay, so when would you like to, I'm going to now start an action plan with you, okay, and see when you would like to schedule this or when you would like to have your family come in, you know, to go, to kind of, you know, let them know how you're feeling.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
When would you want to do that?
To have them come in?
Mm-hmm. Would you want to do that today, whenever they're available?
Maybe whenever they're available.
Okay, that sounds good. And so then I could always just come in, you know, and facilitate, kind of be there to kind of, you know, be your support. I know this might be something very difficult and hard for you, especially since you had that, those issues going on with your family. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Then I'll let you know when that, when we get that scheduled, and then we can move on from there. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi everyone. Thank you all for coming. My name is Marlene and I'm the social worker here on the floor. I went ahead and organized this meeting per Jose's request. So thank you all again for coming. Jose, would you like to start?
Okay. Well, I asked Marlene if we can all come in together today and talk. I know as a family we haven't had the greatest relationship throughout the time, and we all know that with the new information we got, that I don't have a lot of time left. And so I've been really thinking about just a few things. I wanted to talk to you guys about them. I really want you guys to hear me out and understand and respect my feelings for what I'm about to tell you. Rachel has been here this whole time with me, and I love her. And there's no other person that I would rather spend this time with right now than her. I understand this may come as some sort of shock or disappointment to you guys, but you've got to understand from where I'm coming from is that we haven't had the best relationship, and from where I see it is you guys are just now coming around when I'm sick. And so I would really like to take this last time that I have to spend with her.
Well, I mean, I see what you're saying about us not being around, but what about us? We still want to spend the time with you. It's not, like you said, it's your last little bit of time that we have with you. That's important for us too.
Mom, it's about his needs. It's not about us, and we have to respect whatever he wants. And as your brother, your younger brother, I support you in whatever you're going to do.
Let's give each other some time to talk and express your own concerns. Maybe this would be a good time to talk about, bring up your own family issues that you've been having.
Well, as you can see, the therapist is doing, again, another round of problem-solving therapy with the family this time, just as she did with the client, the first part of the session. And what she's going to try to do is the same method, which she will try to move the family to a positive problem orientation and to a rational problem-solving style. She's going to go through the same 7 steps with the family and hopefully come to a conclusion that everybody is happy with. But again, the main concern is for the patient and for the rest of the family to follow in suit.